Somebody tell me what this is. I was thinking like an old Ford flatbed. I'll show you in the inside in a little bit after I go around the. Oh, it says Graham Brothers on the thing. Big drum brakes. I see a gear shifter. The pedals is what's got me. Which one's the brake? Which one's the clutch? Which one's the accelerator? It's still 3 pedals. You can see that little pedal there. The 2. But there's also stuff up here too. I don't know whether that's for turn signals or horn or what. Those are the gauges. It's got oil pressure, temperature gauge, speedometer, odometer. Almost looks like a tack in the center of that too. It would sit 2 people pretty comfortably, maybe 3 if they're little. I'm not allowed to open that, but it looks like a 4-cylinder engine. Tube type tires on wooden wheels. Split rim. Old fashioned headlights. It does look like it was a crank start to crank it up. Split windscreen. 2 pieces of windscreen. Let me know if you know what that is. I was thinking like International or Ford, but there's no markings on it except that Graham, and I've never heard of that. Graham Brothers. Does anybody have heard of that? Let me know. We're in the Longreach Museum. This is outside of the actual museum. That's one of the planes that's there. The Catalina. That's the museum in there. And now we're going to an aircraft hangar. Passengers board a DH-9C in 1927. That's what we're going to see in here, I think. This hangar was constructed in 1921. You can pause that and read it if you want.
This one for PV, then PV know what they want. I want you to read.
Like most things that are nearly 100 years old, the walls
Qantas story at World at War. It's World War II, obviously, 1942 to 1945. (1930), 1931, 1934. And this is more modern times, all the way to 2008. 1959. This is the jet era when they started making jet planes for commercial travel. (1971). And that's it for here. some of the old workshop areas. There's bits of the DH-86A wreckage. That happened in 1934, so all that metal right there is from 1934, thus the rust. This is what the office looked like back then. This is the Iris. Had a 6-cylinder engine in it, piston engine. There's the Qantas Longreach. Pretty cool biplane. No hydraulics at all, controlled by like stainless steel wires in for the flaps. That's what the pilot would have seen as they're flying. This is an Apollo. Has a radial engine in it. How many cylinders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like an 8-cylinder radial engine. Also a biplane. If you get all the mail was sent through this one. Okay, so this is inside that airplane that we saw from the outside. Looks like it seats about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 7 or 8 people, not including the inside for the cockpit.
3, 4 people. Scared.
This is a V12 engine for the plane. Very old school. We got a radial engine. Nine-cylinder. Wow. This is a cutaway of what it looks like. There's the piston. Piston rings are off. The cylinder head. Crankshaft. Connecting rods. That looks down in the cylinder. There's an old lathe. That's how they would machine up parts. We're going to go to his next room.